Ahoy captains, I am a submarine officer at Lviv from Russia. I want to share my knowledge and experience of real navigation in Silent Hunter 5. Navigation is a true marine art, no less than a skillful torpedo attack. True and fabulous stories about sailors sometimes begin with the words, "It was a long time ago, when the iron people sailed on wooden ships," as if contrasting the events of the story with the present times, when often things are exactly the opposite. The Second World War was the period when the iron people sailed on the iron ships. The end of these times was marked by the advent of the era of satellite navigation and communications, when navigation was largely no longer an art. If you are a U-boat commander, you have the right to fully rely on your crew. But when the sextant is the only means of navigation in the ocean, and navigational accidents firmly take their place among the causes of death of ships, it is impossible to imagine that the fate of the entire submarine is in the hands of one non-commissioned officer navigator. If the navigator is incapacitated, any officer, if he is not a mechanic, should be able to fulfill the duties of a navigator. In order to have undeniable authority among your crew, your knowledge and skills must be such that you are able to replace almost any crew member at the combat post, even a sailor, not to mention a navigator. In fleets with good traditions, the commander must be able to independently determine the place of the ship in the sea. In order to gain access to independent control of the ship, he must show satisfactory knowledge of navigation. And the last, working with the sextant is not the commander's duty, but his privilege, which no one has the right to take away. Celestial navigation, it is what brings diversity to the routine of long sea patrols, makes the game very intellectual, and gives you opportunities for development. Use it. Sextant is the main tool for celestial navigation. There is an auxiliary tool for celestial navigation from Kriegsmarine that I was able to reproduce. You can also craft it. Download 2 PDF files, print a black grid on thick paper, print the red grid on slide film. The print size should be A3. There are two dangers in making this tool. First, the grid files are made that the black grid is absolutely identical to the red grid, and in the copy center you have to warn that one grid must match the other grid exactly. So printing must be done on the same printer and with the same settings. Slight thermal shrinkage may occur with a film after printing. This is not critical. If you do not control the settings when printing, the grids can be very different from each other. The second danger is to properly align the grid centers before you connect them permanently. This can be especially difficult. So, as we say in Russia, measure 7 times, cut once. Even if you don't make this tool, you can do without it. I invite you to study at the Silent Hunter 5 School of Navigation.